Dawn Chorus has always been one of my favorite exotics in the game, even though it never really had much time to shine, but this season guys, this exotic is crazy good. Thanks to all the seasonal artifact mods you can use to enhance it, using Dawn Chorus and Dawn Blade, plus Dragon's Breath, which I feel like I put in every video now, is a crazy good combo for any activity. Now, before we get into the build, if you do enjoy the content, a like and sub would be greatly appreciated. We are less than 250 subs away from my goal of 1,000 before the end of the year. So, what does Dawn Chorus actually do? It increases the damage of your Daybreak's projectiles by 90% and applies 30 Scorch stacks, 40 with Ember of Ashes, plus it grants all your Scorch a 200% damage increase, and each Scorch damage take will grant you 5% melee energy. Then you add in this season's new exotic Dragon Breath, which is all about scorching, then you can really put in some crazy damage with that combo. Now the aspects I'm using with this build are Heat Rises, since you can apply Scorch on using Phoenix Dive after consuming a grenade, and Touch of Flame, because it makes fusion nades nuclear bombs. The fragments I'm using are Ember Benevolence for 400% increased ability regen when applying any solar buff to allies, Ember of Singeing to get 300% increased class ability regen on Scorching, Ember of Searing to get fire sprites and Scorch kills, and lastly, of course, Ember of Ashes for the extra Scorch stacks. The abilities I'm using are Phoenix Dive, Celestial Fire, and Fusion Nades for the build. Phoenix Dive is important not only for its use in Super, but to apply Scorch with Heat Rises, get healing, and ability regen from Ember Benevolence. Now I'll leave the mods on screen I use. These you can really change around how you see fit, especially due to recent mod nerfs, and then also whatever you prefer to use per like activity for like bossing, the coil, strikes, whatever. But the important thing are the Season 23 artifact mods. First being Kindling Trigger, while Radiant causes solar weapons to apply Scorch to unscorched combatants. The second one to pick is Flint Striker, Rapid Solar Precision hits and Rapid Solar Weapon Final Blows grant Radiant. The third one, Torch, while Radiant, deal increased damage to combatants affected by Strand and Stasis debuffs. The next one is the most important for buffing your Dawn Blade damage, which is Heart of Flame. On casting your super, grants nearby allies Radiant and increases the damage of your super for each nearby ally. After that, you're going to want to take Revitalizing Blast, which grants a 15% debuff to bosses and champions with solar abilities. Now for the final two in the last column, Raise of Precision, where Solar Precision Final Blows while Radiant cause ignitions, and then lastly, Argent Ordnance to boost Dragon Breath's damage. The rotation I use for this build for boss damage is to hit a boss with any one of my abilities to apply the Awaken effect, shoot Dragon's Breath, and then pop Dawn Blade. It can really put out some good damage, and with 3 people using it, it can even one-phase some dungeon bosses. I'm not sure about any of the most recent dungeon bosses. Some of them have a very larger health pool, so my assumption is probably no, but hey, it's still good. When I use this in the coil though, I like to kill an enemy with a solar incandescent weapon to apply Scorch to multiple enemies, and then I can, like while I have Heat Rises, pop down Phoenix Dive, and it'll just cause ignitions, and it's so satisfying. You'll see like a whole group or even like sometimes a room just explode. And you know, I know this build isn't meta by any means, but it's really damn fun, and I hope you guys enjoyed as much as I do. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.